Hi Daystar friends, Michael Mistretta coming to you from Firm here in Israel. And I know there's been a lot of questions over the last 24 hours of what's happening in Israel, what are these attacks with Iran, and we wanted to answer some of those most common questions with you. So the first question is, why are these airstrikes that Israel's doing in Iran right now such a big deal? And I want you to remember that over a year and a half ago when Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th, Hamas was just one of the terror proxies being funded and supported by Iran. Iran is the largest state sponsor of terrorism, funding Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, and other terrorist groups all across the region. And they are literally the head of the serpent. For a long time, they've used these terror proxies to discourage Israel from being able to attack them directly. And yet, last night, that's exactly what we did. This military operation called Rising Lions that Israel initiated as a preemptive strike last night has been 20 years in the making. 20 years of planning, 20 years of intelligence, and the intelligence that's gone into this one attack is so consequential and significant because this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime event, this type of operation. It's an opportunity for us to dismantle the head of the serpent, the largest state sponsor of terrorism, and really to change the entire makeup of this region. Second question is, what has been the timeline leading up to these strikes? Really, for the last 10 years, Israel has been concerned that Iran has said they want to annihilate and exterminate Israel, and they've said, we're going to develop nuclear weapons. It's been happening for the last 10 years. There's been a lot of political and diplomatic solutions and deals that have tried to prevent Iran from enriching uranium. And President Trump has tried for the last 60 days to come up with another diplomatic deal. Well, those 60 days ended yesterday after June 12th, and on the night or the early morning of June 13th, Israel launched a preemptive strike. Now, it was masterfully planned. There was all sorts of diversion. Prime Minister Netanyahu said he was going to go on vacation. His son's wedding was next week. There were leaks that this wasn't going to happen until Sunday. And so we literally caught all of the heads of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, a large terrorist organization, the Iranian Air Force, totally by surprise. They were in their beds, in their homes, and we masterfully planned a strike that eliminated all of the top echelon, all of the top military, Air Force, and the heads of the nuclear program, including nuclear scientists. Now, why did we do this right now? Well, we did it because we found out that Iran was just days away from being able to develop 50 nuclear weapons. And a nuclear weapon, they've already told us what they're going to use it for. They're going to use it to annihilate and to wipe out Israel. And they make this entire region of the Middle East less safe. So there's some incredible intelligence victories that are happening right now. Both the Israeli Air Force has been able to send over 150 planes, over 1,500 kilometers. Just to get a plane to Iran and back, they have to refuel 3 times in the air. The fact that we were able to do that and eliminate all of the air defense support between Syria and Iraq and in Iran, catch them by surprise, really damage one of their main nuclear facilities, has been nothing short of incredible. We also have the Mossad, our intelligence agency, operating within Iran, and amazing what they've been able to do. They've been able to smuggle parts in and literally create a factory in Iran secretly to manufacture drones to be able to, from the inside of Iran, also coordinate some of these attacks. This has been, again, years and months of planning in the making, and it's not over. Israel expects that the next week or two is going to continue with waves of attacks to prevent and to dismantle this head of terrorism all across the region. What does Israel say its goal is with these strikes? Our goal is to dismantle Iran's nuclear capabilities. We want to take them off the map of being able to be a threat to us in a nuclear sense, and to prevent them from sponsoring other terror proxies that affect Israel and other regions all across the Middle East. I'll say this as well. Last night I was in bed and got the sirens nationwide at 3 a.m. Israel was warning us and sent an alert to everyone's phone saying, be prepared to be in bomb shelters. We're attacking Iran and we're expecting a retaliation. Well, here we are almost 18 hours after that attack, and Iran has sent hundreds of drones that we were able to take out of the sky even before they reached Israel, but they haven't been able to launch a single ballistic missile because we've been able to dismantle their ballistic missile capabilities so far. So we're bracing for a response, for retaliation, but our hearts and our prayers are behind our Air Force and our military as they take this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to really change the dynamics all across the Middle East. what should Christians be praying for right now? There's a few things. One, I think we need to be praying for Iran, the people of Iran. Because we have to understand the people of Iran are not represented by their leaders, by the Ayatollah, by the Iranian regime that has this jihadist mission to eliminate Israel from the face of the earth. And we have to pray that God would do the same thing that we're seeing happen in Lebanon and Syria, and removing leaders that have this inclination towards destruction of the people of Israel, and appointing leaders that actually care for the Iranian people. So let's pray that God protects and preserves life, that there is a regime change that happens, that the attacks simply not only cause a dismantling of the nuclear power, but also the political control that this regime has on the people of Iran. We also need prayer for Israel right now, for wisdom for our leaders, for our Prime Minister Netanyahu, and also others that are leading in our army and our Air Force, as they have wisdom and they're doing waves of attacks. The pilots that are meticulously planning attacks, the Mossad agents on the ground, and for the people of Israel. Schools have been canceled, gatherings have been canceled. We've been told we're at war and we need to stay close to our homes. So pray for children, pray for families. We've been at war for quite some time now. But the hope that we have is that we're not just dealing with the symptoms, we're actually dealing with the root of the issue. The largest state sponsor of terrorism, literally giving billions of dollars a year towards terrorism. So we're grateful that you're standing with us, that you're praying. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and pray that God would have his way. He's the one that appoints leaders and tears them down. And we are praying that right now, in this pivotal week or two, we would see something drastic happen that rechanges the power dynamics in this region.